The first few days and weeks on the job set the course for a new employee. If you can provide a positive experience when a new employee joins your business, then you are likely to reduce employee turnover and increase employee productivity, which will benefit the success of your farm overall.
You can give a better first impression to your new employee by taking time to add some structure to their initial days and weeks with you. Key things to include on an employee's first day are a welcome. Welcome them to the farm and job and explain that you're pleased to have them as part of the team. It might seem small, but it can have a big impact.
Give them a tour of the farm and the key locations for their tasks and day at work. Where's the feed store? Where's the key cabinet for the machinery? Where do they take their breaks? The location of the toilet. These are all things that you will take for granted, but it can make a real difference to a new employee if you take time to cover basic things like this.
Get them sorted out with all the necessary personal protective equipment, and then you can move on to the paperwork. Go through their contract, covering the detail in each section, and then get it signed. At that point, you can move on to any other necessary paperwork. Some examples might be bank details for PAYE, how they submit their timesheets, and also covering off the health and safety policies of the farm.
At this stage, you can start to give them more detail on what tasks they will need to complete. Be clear with a new employee on what you need them to do. You will never cover off every task, but be clear on what will be routine, so they are in no doubt on what they need to do as part of their job. Write this list down, as well as explaining it verbally, as everybody takes in information in a different way. Take time to set your expectations and standards. This might seem an unusual thing to do, but there will be individual things that you expect to be done in a certain way or by a certain time in the morning. So lay out these expectations and standards to the new employee. It can save a future area of frustration.
Take time to catch up. In your employee's first week, check in with them. At the end of each day, take 10 minutes to have a chat. Ask what they've been up to, ask if they've got any questions or thoughts they want to bring up with you, and it can also be a useful opportunity to identify areas where further training is needed. If your new employee is experienced in farm work, then they may take this opportunity to give you some feedback on how tasks are completed within your business in comparison to how tasks are completed on other farms they've worked on. Please don't take this as a criticism. Take time to listen to what that employee has to say. Even if you don't take all their suggestions on board, they will feel more valued if you have taken the time to listen to their thoughts and suggestions. Who knows, there might just be an idea in there that would save time on your farm and make things more efficient. So it's worth taking that time to politely listen and see it as constructive feedback rather than a criticism. Putting effort into your employees' initial time with you will pay off in the long run. If an employee feels listened to and valued, they are more likely to stay with you, saving you repeated time and money on recruitment. First impressions count, so take time to give a good first impression to your new employee.